We're starting our 20th year, which would be unbelievable to any of us who were around in 1998 when all of this happened, that in Matt's memory, his friends, his family, and now millions of people in the public have continued to demand that this work be done in his honor. What has happened in the 2 decades since then has been nothing short of extraordinary.
This afternoon, I signed into law the Matthew Shepard and James Byrd Jr. Hate Crimes Prevention Act.
Just moments ago, the Supreme Court making same-sex marriage legal in this country across every state in this nation.
When all Americans are treated as equal, we are all more free.
Donald Trump wins the presidency, defeating Hillary Clinton in a campaign unlike anything we've seen in our lifetime.
We find ourselves in a different kind of America than we thought we lived in. The social climate of division and hatred that we find ourselves in today has been a hard lesson to absorb for everyone who remembers Matt and had hoped that in his memory we were making real progress.
Deadly chaos on the streets of Charlottesville, Virginia.
In 2017, I'm really afraid. I feel like we've stepped back decades. And in our work in particular, I feel like we're at ground zero again. I'm angry that people who knew better let this happen, that we let this happen. You feel the anger and the frustration, and you have to channel that into making things happen. It has to be what gets you up and keeps you moving.
For me, the connection to the Matthew Shepard Foundation is very personal. When Matthew was murdered, I was a teenager and was already afraid to come out to anyone. This work is more important than ever because you can't pass laws to make people like or accept you. But what you can do is create future leaders who will help build a country rather than tearing each other down.
We live through times when hate and fear seem stronger, and love is 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 love cannot be killed or swept aside.
The inspiration for why I'm here, it's bigger than me.
This deadly shooting that unfolded overnight in Orlando, Florida at the Pulse nightclub.
We think it's important that you hear their names. Christopher Andrew Lee, known as Drew.
My friend Drew was a victim of the Pulse shooting. I take Matt and Drew with me everywhere, every day, to really push myself forward through this grief. Working in a nonprofit that stems from a tragedy, we all share that gumption and that wherewithal and that desire to fix this, not just for ourselves, but we want to fix this for society. We want to fix this for the youth who are growing up needing this help.
It inspires people when you see what injustice can do. It gives us a reason to keep fighting. So I worked for 22 years in the FBI, primarily civil rights, hate crimes, and police brutality. There'd be a crime against an LGBT member and they'd call the FBI and I would go, I don't have a law that allows me to help you. I can't help you. And there was nothing worse. And then October of '09, and I could say, I can help you, I can help you. That law with his name on it and James Byrd Jr.'s name on it, that's gonna continue forever. And that is an amazing tribute to Dennis and Judy and to Matt. We want to continue with the hate crime trainings and the community outreach, partner with the Department of Justice and the FBI and local law enforcement to touch as many communities as we can to make the change real. Hate crime reporting is so critical to our society, to communities trusting their law enforcement, and that has to happen. The best way to start that process of coming together is with Dennis and Judy. They're an unbelievable, humble set of parents who took this tragedy and decided to make real and lasting positive change come out of it so that no other set of parents have to do what they do.
We had a gay son and we were proud of him. We have a straight son and we're proud of him. Our kids are our national treasure, not money, not weapons, but our kids. Every time I look out in the crowd, everybody I see, I consider to be my kids. And you all need to be protected, supported, and I'm a dad, and I'm going to take care of every one of my kids. What happened to Matt was the starting point. The work that Judy did made the changes. She is my hero. I'm just so proud of her.
I think one of Matt's greatest legacies is a generation of activists and advocates that I don't think would have been moved to participate in that world had Matt not been murdered in the way that he was.
Judy Shepard, honoring her son by telling his story.
I don't ever prepare remarks for anything, ever, no. That's when I feel Matt. It always feels like I'm saying what he would be saying.
I mean, to go into an office and Matt's picture is everywhere, and it's constantly inspiring as to why we all do this. We're all doing it because of him, and that's why we come to work every day and keep fighting.
I cannot think of anyone else in my life that has had more impact on the world than Matt Shepard. The thought that he's had that impact, mostly while he wasn't here, is humbling and graceful, and that's the spirit we want to do this work in.